Hey guys, how's it going? It's your boy F.C.s here, back here with another video. And I realised finished part 4 of 3 different sort of projects, if you like, should we call them, that I started. So I have this bad habit of starting things and not finishing them. So anyway, as it's the 21st today, although the day's nearly over, but as it's the 21st, I was hoping to sort of catch up on unfinished business. I was hoping to get back to being more energetic. I was struggling with energy and waking up. Like I struggle like pushing myself to sleep and then waking up in the morning. So I was hoping I'd somehow be able to push myself to wake up at a reasonable time, at least if not fairly early by my standards. Early for me would probably be like 8 or 9 in the morning, to be fair. But unfortunately it wasn't to be. But yeah, I tried to have the energy and make decisions and like do any unfinished business as it is, as say the 21st. But anyway, I started this about a week ago and I hadn't got around to part 4, which is funny enough. It was all the same thing with my video which I made for Italians to Unite over football, and also for Ideas to Empower the Irish for St. Patrick's Day. All 3 of them I had only done up 3 instead of 4, so funny enough as it happens. But anyway, I thought I'd try and get them done tonight so that they're sort of out of the way, so to speak, because leaving unfinished business as I call it, I struggle to remember which videos I've covered and which videos I haven't. But if there are any videos you want me to react to, or anything you want me to cover specifically, or anytime you want me to do a live Q&A or anything else, please let me know in the comment section or in the answer recording the live chat. I think that covers everything for the intro. I know I do waffles, but these are ideas, pointers, thoughts, or whatever you want to call them, number 31 to 40. So I hope you enjoy them and share them with Italian football fans or anyone who's a football fan or whatnot. And here goes. So number 31, I would love for Italians to unite and over football, and even those from the diaspora, as I talked about recently, and for the FIGC, i.e. the Italian FA, and the people who run Serie A to work together to look at how to get the best possible investment and do whatever it takes to benefit Italian football, and even work with politicians and councillors in Italy and around the world, like those of Italian descent, for instance, I'll say the diaspora, to see whatever can benefit Italian football, and also what Italian football can do to cut crime, corruption, and things like where Italian football suffered from the Calciopoli scandal. So how can Italian football prevent that from happening and be more just and to ensure the best team wins and be more sporting and that kind of thing? I know Italian football is sort of notorious for being unsporting or corrupt, and unsporting / corrupt and that kind of thing. So I hope they can look at how they can change and that kind of thing. Anywho, moving on, number 32. I'd love to see what Italian football can learn from English football, and I'm hoping to do a video on that. I was actually going to cover that. I was thinking of covering it, but I just thought maybe I won't cover this video because I want to cover that as soon as possible, possibly on a Friday, like Football Fridays, but probably not tomorrow because I've got specific plans for tomorrow. But as soon as possible, I'm hoping to cover what I think Italian football can learn from English football, specifically from the EPL. In terms of things like marketing and stuff like that, so please watch this space. But as I say, I won't cover it in this video specifically because I want to ensure that I wait till I'm ready to cover it, because obviously if you've seen it in this video, it'd be like a bit of a spoiler, perhaps. But I'd say I'll cover that as soon as possible. Number 33, I'd love to have like an open exchange of ideas, where a chance where people can share their ideas freely with Italian football, so they can discuss ways to benefit Italian football, what Italian football can do to improve both on and off the pitch in terms of things like finances, youth development, for instance, giving opportunities for youngsters to play football in Italy and things like that. Number 34, I hope Italian football can get more investment so that it can compete. Ideally, for me, I'd love for Italian football to have much more investment even than the EPL, which is the richest league in the world. I'd love for Italian football to have maybe even trillions, if I'm really dreaming, but as much money as possible, really, legally, most importantly, and for them to work with FIFA and UEFA around FFP, like things like I've talked about recently, like or talked about before at least, which are things like if they do football for good and improve the image of football and things like that, then hopefully that will mean that they can legally bypass FFP or work around it, maybe say to FIFA and UEFA, if we give a certain amount of money to charity and good development, good projects that make football look better, improve the image of football and things like that, could we find a way to legally, as I say, most importantly, legally bypass FFP or find ways around it legally? As I keep saying legally, but I think that's really important. Number 35, as I say, I'd love to see that a committee or think tank or whatnot, basically people coming together, people and organisations and associations and whatnot coming together to discuss what's best for Italian football, what can be done to improve Italian football. Number 36. So, as I say, how can Serie A, the FIGC, i.e. the Italian FA, Italian politicians, councillors, businesses, and the wider society in Italy work together to benefit Italian football teams, football clubs? Like, how can they help them to get more funding, find ways to have tax loopholes for those who invest in football, encourage overseas investment, and all sorts of things like that. Number 37. A lot of the ideas I talk about for Italian football could also be applied to Celtic and vice versa. The ideas are pretty similar. I'd love to see both get as much investment as possible, and things like, obviously, Italian football involves many football teams. As a fan of Italian football generally, as I often say, like with my mad dreams about supporting Italian football generally, I don't really only support one team like a normal football fan, should I say. So my dreams and goals and that kind of thing are more towards benefiting Italian football more generally. So obviously many teams, if it's one, is going to be a bit different. And also I'd love to see Italian teams do better in Europe, whereas Celtic, my main focus on Celtic would be the development of winning domestic trophies. So it's different in that kind of way. Sorry, my nose is really itchy for some reason. It's probably my dust allergies, I know, with my hoarding problem and stuff like that. I've got to find a way to clean my room and stuff like that. But anywho, but yeah, so there's similar ideas for Italian football and Celtic. And I know I talked before about how I'd love to make a partnership between Italian football and Celtic. So looking at what they can learn from each other in terms of increasing investment, sponsorship, and just generally having more funds, access to money and things like that. And also just general ideas they can learn from each other. Number 38, I hope that Italian football will be able to utilise its passion to market itself all around the world as much as possible. Number 39, if other people have ideas, I hope they will share those as well in the comment section, and people will look into all possible ways to benefit Italian football, as I say. And number 40, as I say, I hope that we can find all possible ways to benefit Serie A and it will become the top league again, as it used to be in the 90s. Anyway, I'm out. Peace and love.